they said no woman could survive this town. They said mercy was weakness, and kindness would get you killed. But the moment she stepped onto that dusty street, the Wild West learned a lesson it would never forget. Backhand index pointing right before this story begins, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more unforgettable Western stories. The town of Red Hollow had no law, only fear. Wooden buildings leaned like tired men, and the dirt road carried the memory of blood, boots, and broken promises. Every stranger was watched, every weakness punished. And when the townsfolk saw her walking in alone, carrying a worn leather medical bag, the street went silent. She didn't wear a gun. She didn't ride with men. She wore a dark coat, white gloves, and calm determination in her eyes. A woman, and a doctor. Men stared from porches. A few laughed under their breath. Others placed hands near their holsters, unsure whether to feel threatened or amused. Behind her, a cowboy with a hard face and a red scarf narrowed his eyes, already judging her chances of survival. Red Hollow had buried kinder souls than hers. She stopped in the center of town and looked around, not with fear, but with purpose. She had come because no one else would. Fever had spread through the miners. Gunfights left men bleeding in the street. And the nearest real doctor was days away. Or dead. The sheriff was drunk. The preacher was silent. And the people were desperate. Her first test came before nightfall. A gunshot shattered the air near the saloon. A man collapsed, clutching his side, blood soaking into the dust. No one moved. No one helped. In Red Hollow, you minded your own business or you didn't live long. But she ran. Kneeling beside the wounded man, she opened her bag with steady hands. Bullets still echoed in the distance, yet she worked like the chaos didn't exist. She pressed, stitched, and fought death itself while men watched in disbelief. "That's a lost cause," someone muttered. She didn't answer. When the bleeding stopped and the man still breathed, the town felt something unfamiliar, hope. That night, whispers spread. Maybe she wasn't weak. Maybe she was dangerous in a different way. Not everyone welcomed her. The outlaw gang that ruled Red Hollow didn't like change. Healing men meant more enemies alive. Strength meant resistance. And resistance threatened their power. The next evening, they paid her a visit. Boots creaked on the wooden floor as three armed men entered the small clinic she'd set up. The leader smiled coldly, gun resting loose in his hand. "You don't belong here," he said. She met his eyes. Calm. Unshaken. "These people do," she replied. For a moment, the room held its breath. A woman standing unarmed against violence itself. Everyone expected her to beg, or break. She did neither. She spoke of lives saved. Of children burning with fever. Of men who deserved more than shallow graves. Her voice didn't shake, because courage isn't loud. It's steady. The outlaw hesitated. No one had ever spoken to him like that before. He left without firing a shot. Days passed. Then weeks. Red Hollow began to change. Men tipped their hats. Women brought food. Even the cowboy with the red scarf began standing near her clinic, not as a threat, but as protection. The town still had danger, but it also had something stronger. A woman who refused to be broken. She walked into a lawless town alone. She stayed when fear told her to leave. And without firing a single bullet, she became the most powerful force the Wild West had ever faced. Because sometimes, the bravest weapon is compassion. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves powerful Western tales. More unforgettable stories are coming.